Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. I truly appreciate you being here. Continuing with our bug out bag series, let's talk about water. And mainly what I want to talk about is 3 ways that we can make water safe to drink. Of course, boil it in a steel container in a fire. We can use chemical disinfectant by adding 1 tablet to a quart of water and waiting 30 minutes. We can use the Sawyer Mini water filter, or we can use the Grail water purifier. We'll talk about all 3. I'll show you how to use all 3 of these, tell you which one I prefer. Before we continue, I want to thank each and every one of my subscribers. It is truly appreciated. And I also appreciate everyone that watches my videos, whether you're subscribed or not. If you're not subscribed, please consider doing so, as it helps this channel grow and reach more people. I want to thank my sponsor, Genesis Gold Group. If you've ever considered investing in gold to help protect your retirement savings against inflation, please give Jonathan and his team a call. There's a link and the phone number in the description box below. They are the experts and they can guide you through it, answer all your questions on how you can convert your 401k or IRA into a gold-backed IRA. There's a pond back here behind me. I would prefer to have moving water, but in the location we're at today, we don't have a stream that runs. So we're going to use this pond water and we're going to try to filter it and boil some of it and treat it, see if we can make it safe to drink. I believe we can. This water is going to have a lot of tannin in it because it's got a lot of leaf, trees and stuff laying in it, but there is frogs living in it and there's animal game trails going to it, so the animals are drinking from it. But I wouldn't drink it straight from the source without purifying it, filtering it, or at the minimum, boiling it. Let's get this camera set up down here, collect some water, and I'm actually going to put some in a gallon Ziploc bag so you can see what it looks like straight from the source. And then I'll put some of it after it's filtered with the Sawyer Mini in a Ziploc bag, and we'll put some from the Grail in a Ziploc bag and show you the difference between the 3. While it's not the best water source in the world, it's a small pond. It does have frogs living in it, so that's an indication that it's not poisonous. And I have walked up and down it in both directions to look and see, make sure there's no dead animals or anything in there, and I haven't found anything like that either. And there's a couple of animal trails coming in here showing that the wildlife does come to this and drink. Okay, first thing we're going to do is we're going to take our millbank bag and we're going to get it good and wet where it's fully saturated. I'm trying to see if I can dip up some of this water without getting so much mud in it, but it's pretty nasty even though it looks clear. Good old pond water. Now that is where this millbank bag comes in handy. We're going to fill it up with the water first. And then fill our bag up for our Sawyer Mini. And we'll have to do this several times. This water's not real deep right here. And this does take some time. But it will remove all that debris and save your filter from getting clogged up as easy. Okay, we've about got our cup filled for our Grail Gel Press. Actually, this is the Grail Ultra Press. Okay, everybody, I went back here at the little pond. That's a gallon Ziploc bag with some water in it that hasn't been filtered or anything. You can see all the debris floating around in it and the color of it. Here's our bag that we used to connect to our Sawyer. I don't know how well it's showing up on the camera, but there's no debris in it, but it's still got a tinted color, and I'm sure it's from all the tannins in the water. We'll run it through the Sawyer Mini and see what it looks like. Now what I do is unscrew the cap for the bag, screw the Sawyer Mini to the bag, making sure it's tight. Take the cap loose and turn it upside down. Then as the water starts to come out, then what I do is I hang that bag from a line. Let me reposition this camera and show you what I'm talking about. Well, what I did is I just tied a little short ridge line with an event hitch and a trucker's hitch. I suspended the bag from the ridge line using an S-binder clip. Got the filter hanging. Let the water run through the filter, drip into the canteen. Once it fills the canteen up, I'll get back to you. 5:01, so we'll see how long it takes to fill that canteen up. Now we're going to use the Grail Ultra Press. You just push it down in the cup, loosen the cap, push it down in the cup and press down. That forces the water through the filter and inside to the container. And that quick, you've got filtered water. Use the Grail Ultra Press while we're waiting on the Sawyer Mini. Let's pour some of this in a Ziploc bag and see what it looks like. If you can see that, that is crystal clear. Let's give it a taste. Tastes like water. Don't taste anything from the pond or anything in it. For the Sawyer Mini to do a quart of water, we'll pour a little bit in the bag here and see what it looks like. I don't know if you can tell, but it's clear. We'll give it a quick taste. Definitely doesn't taste as good as what it did with the Grail, but it wouldn't kill you to drink it. Now we'll reset this camera and we'll bring a quart of water to a boil. Okay, everybody, we got our canteen sitting here on the ground, level to the top with water. We're going to put us a good amount of a tender and surround this thing. I'll take two of my wax fire starting plugs, put one on each end. And we're going to stack this up. Bunch of smalls. We want a really hot, fast fire with the goal being to get this water boiling in 10 minutes. Take our trusty Bic. Oh my God, he's using a Bic. Light it on both sides. It is 5:17. Just a couple more handfuls of sticks ready to go. As that fire starts to break through, we're just going to keep adding sticks. And we're just going to keep piling them on. It's 5:19. Back my camera up a little bit. It's 5:21. Not sure you can see that. Let's see if I can get that camera down and show you. But that water is actually foaming and rolling over the top of the mouth of the canteen already at 5:21 and 40 seconds. And it's 5:22 and 30 seconds. And that water is at a rolling boil. So we'll let it go for 1 minute. Okay, 5:23 and 30 seconds. break his fire back and take that off the fire. I'm gonna take these fish mouth spreaders, lift that canteen up out of there. Okay everyone, you can clearly see that you can boil a quart of water in under 10 minutes. You can also see the amount of smoke that came off that fire. Something to consider if in a bug out situation, but you can bring that quart of water to a boil and extinguish that fire and then move on, so you ain't in that location no more. Now the thing you need to understand about boiling water, you got to bring it to 212 degrees of course to get it to boil, and you want to boil it for at least 1 minute. Where I'm at, according to the map for this area, I'm at 1,820 feet above sea level, so 1 minute will definitely do it. The other thing to take into consideration is pasteurization. Just like milk. Milk's pasteurized, but they don't bring that milk to a boil before they package it up and send it to the supermarkets. They pasteurize it. So just under a boil, so 149 degrees up to 211 degrees. Now, it needs to go for about 6 minutes probably to do that. And where it was in that fire, it was slowly building in temperature until it came to a rolling boil. Now we've got it out of the fire, it's sitting over here, it's still probably around 210 or a little bit less, so it's going to take it a while to cool back down to 149 degrees. It's definitely too hot to even try to drink right now. So you're also pasteurizing as you bring that water to a boil. And I know everybody that watched me boil that water right then is saying, oh, you filled that water full of ashes, that's going to taste awful. But it's safe. And the thing you can do, you just take your cotton material, put it over top of your other container, pour the water through that cotton material, filter that stuff out, and you've got good clean water. Also, where it's been boiled, it's going to lose its taste, but you can pour it back and forth between the containers to reoxygenate it and get the taste back. The other thing you want to do when you get done with your meal bank bag is you want to hang it up on the outside of your pack so that it can dry in the air and not get any kind of mold or mildew or spores growing on it. The third method we can use to make our water safe to drink, of course, is chemical disinfection. Little aqua tabs, you add one to a quart of water, wait 30 minutes, then it's supposed to be safe to drink. There's several different brands out there. These right here work really good. I picked these up at Walmart. You can order them from Amazon or find them in about any big box store, and I'm sure any of the other brands are just as good. And where these would be really handy, okay, you filtered your water using the Sawyer Mini, but you can't build a fire due to where you're at or don't have the resources for a fire. You can filter the water using the Sawyer, then drop one of these in your canteen and move on. I keep 2 canteens. That way I've got one with water I can drink readily, and then the other one, if I've filtered it and added the chemical disinfection to it, I put that on my pack, and then later when the one on my belt is empty, then I can rotate them out and repeat the process. You can also use the Grail filter as a built-in container. It has a container built into it, so you just fill it up, press it, it's full of water, you get to the next water source, refill it again. Okay everybody, I will leave a link in the description box below for the Sawyer Mini, as well as the Grail Ultra Press that I have here, and they make a larger version, the GeoPress. The Grail is about 3 times the cost of the Sawyer, but the link in the description box below will be to my Amazon affiliate. If you decide to make a purchase, I do earn a small commission, but it doesn't affect the price that you pay. So if you're interested in these, check it out in the description box below. I really appreciate you watching. Hope you found this video helpful. If you did, give us a thumbs up, leave us a like, leave us a comment. What's your preferred method for purifying water or making water safe to drink? To me right now, I'm leaning with the Grail. It's a little bit more in weight than the Sawyer, but the taste between the two, there was a definite difference. The other thing about the Grail is it is supposed to remove chemicals and metals, whereas the Sawyer will not. The other thing the Sawyer is not going to do is it's not going to remove viruses and bacteria. The Grail will. Of course, you can filter it with the Sawyer and then boil it and kill any viruses and bacteria present in the water. If you don't know Jesus Christ as your personal Lord and Savior, please make that your #1 prep. And remember, prepare today for what may happen tomorrow. I'll see you on the next video.